As you remember, it seemed like a week ago when that was heat happened. And then, of course, in quarterfinal number 4, he had to go up against Gabriel Medina, Yaden Nickel, and Kyle Ibelli, and finds himself now finally in the final.
This is the 2015 Vans World Cup of Surfing Final. John Florence, Mick Fanning, Matt Wilkinson, Julian Wilson. We are on. 35-minute heat is underway. Starting with Matt Wilkinson on his backhand. Opening up with one nice carve. Dipping down into a bottom turn. One more carve. Playing it safe so far with 3 nice turns. Good opening ride. Nothing shocking from Matt Wilkinson, but a good base to work with.
No, and it's something that you need to do is keep the. He's been able to stay in the water now. It's like he's having a session, and he's just keeping the rhythm going. He was in such good rhythm in that semifinal. Why not try and do it? As we watch a replay here of Julian Wilson, who has been surfing so polished. I love the lines he's been drawing on the inside bowl. Straight up vertical moves, able to pull it down. That was very critical, timing the backwash. And again, mistake-free. That's going to be a great score to start this final for Julian.
Those 2 opening turns, that's what he's done this entire event. Big snaps right in the perfect place on the wave, throwing tons of spray, lots of speed going into those turns. Julian Wilson is looking strong.
Well, look at the scores coming in for Julian Wilson. Well, that's going to be a way to start a final.
A 9.47 for Julian Wilson. It's now Julian Wilson straight in. Stranglehold has control of this heat so far. They're going to be seeing not only your finalized list of CT qualifiers for 2016, but also your leader for the Vans Triple Crown of Surfing, and of course, your winner, the Vans World Cup of Surfing. That'll be in about 32 minutes. Here's a look at Julian Wilson.
One of the things I really love about Julian surfing is his bottom turn. You see how low he gets to his board, lays into it, sinks that rail all the way, and then the other part is the approach to the lip. It's always vertical, and when you go that more vertical approach, way more difficult, because you have to be able to swing that board all the way around, and they've got this wave that's moving and bouncing and warping, and he's able to glide through it, and you don't really even see the bumps because he's able to, the shock absorbers just absorb it, and it looks like he's just smoothly gliding over it.
The cool part too is this isn't his average shortboard. Maybe this is a case of peaking at just the right time. No advancement now, it's all for the big prize. Here we go, John Florence. This is his second scoring wave, stalls for the barrel. Of course, he finds it, rides out, just escaping. Right under the lip, John Florence does what he has become famous for. Just a magic man when it comes to riding the tube. And there we saw, looked like Mick Fanning over the falls. Wrong place, wrong time, had to ditch his board. Under 30 minutes to go now.
Well, you figure, take a look at this one as he drops in late, inside bowl section. He's been waiting, see, stalls, sets it up, glides through 2 sections, not super deep, but it still was a very technical barrel, being that he had to negotiate. It's gotten a little wild right now, with maybe the tide a little bit too lower now, but so you got to really be able to read those sections, and John did it perfectly there. Going to be a pretty good score for him. Not going to match the 9.47 of Julian Wilson, but he's going to put himself in a contention here. He's going to be searching out, looking for those types of waves now. Maybe
this is a case of peaking at just the right time. No advancement now, it's all for the big prize. Here we go, John Florence. This is his second scoring wave, stalls for the barrel. Of course, he finds it, rides out, just escaping. Right under the lip, John Florence does what he has become famous for. Just a magic man when it comes to riding the tube. 28 minutes, 57 seconds go. Second scoring wave for John Florence comes through, a 6.67. That'll be enough to put him in second place. Everybody now chasing Julian Wilson with that near perfect 9.47. And, just observing the panel, I really like how it's being run. There's situations where there's close waves being ridden, and sure enough, what they'll do as the head judge, they'll compare the waves on screen and then let the panel make their choice. There's no influence whatsoever from the head judge. He's just basically going, yeah, so here's the waves. Look at them and make your call. Late drop for Mick Fanning as he speeds down the line. Now he's getting involved. Nice whippy frontside turn. This wave runs off from him. What a medium-sized look right there. A different looking wave than we've seen really on the day here. It looked like it had the potential to be a bit of a grower, but just kind of ran away from him. Love that one turn, but it's going to take
multiple turns like that to get you into that near excellent range.
Well, let's take a look at this wave here. Drops in first section. Got a bit of warble on the face. You can see a little bit of bumps. Definitely changing conditions here for this final. Nice turn there in that vertical face. Pumps down the line. He would have loved to have been able to find another section at the end, but not there for him. So just a mid-range score for Mick Fanning. Another look here from the water angle. Gotta love this turn right here. It's gonna be right in our face. Yeah. Nice work there from our water photography, Larry Haynes on the ski, and our Hawaiian Water Patrol, keeping the surfers safe, but also bringing the views that you get to see right there from your couch at home.
25 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Fanning's first wave comes through a 5.33. Like I said, the stands, the beach, it is packed here. It's a massive effort just to keep the country, as they say. 23 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Here goes Matt Wilkinson. His second wave, he is up. Big backside hook. Waiting patiently for this wave to form up. Nice turn, getting back into the whitewater. Fighting it a little bit. Now he finds himself on the open face. The windup that Wilco's got.
How
so
cool is it?
impressive. I mean, you see him going into the turn. You know something big's about to happen. And he does not disappoint. When he gets in the right spot, Wilco always throws tons of spray. These turns are really fun to watch.
Well, let's take a look at it here as he drops in. Lays in that windup. Perfectly timed, big backside hooking slash. There, that wave kind of starts to get jumbly, but able to negotiate it well. Gets a little final turn. Again, kind of a mid-range score for Matt. He's going to need something a little bit higher here if he wants to win this title.
John Florence was having a look. He was in second priority. We'll see if that was enough of a paddle for him to drop down. Julian Wilson, your current leader.
You know, if we're talking about Turtle Bay, what's happening, they've got a ton of stuff. We'll come back to it right here. We got some action.
Julian Wilson coiling into his bottom turn. Nice opening carve. More extended than we saw in his previous waves. That'll be his second wave ridden. That'll act as his backup. That'll be a provisional score for now. A placeholder, if you will.
Yeah, exactly it. So again, from this week we've got the Billabong Pipe Masters. This week is going to be rocking the culmination of the Vans Triple Crown down at Waimea Bay. It was actually won by Denton Maramura here at Sunset Beach.
Nice. Well, Julian Wilson trying to get his name on that list of winners. If you've won an event here at Sunset Beach, you've got a lot to be proud of. 19 minutes, 54 seconds to go. Julian Wilson, his last wave, comes through. He got a 3.10 and a 1.1. So the backup will be that 3.10. He is leading this heat. Matt Wilkinson in second. 5.87 and a 4.33. John Florence, a 6.67 and a 1.17. He's in third. Fanning, only one wave ridden thus far. 5.33.
Al is official, and we do have some numbers there, and we'll bring it to you momentarily after some action.
All right, Julian Wilson trying to get a bigger backup than he's got right now. He's got a 3.10 as his backup score. Of course, he's sitting on that massive 9.47. That wave's not going to help him. Outside in a huge barrel, Mick Fanning out of nowhere, straight into a pit. Sunset Beach providing Mick Fanning the ultimate canvas to work his magic. And right behind him, don't look now, Matt Wilkinson trying to get involved, and he goes down. That wave chewing at his heels.
And it caught him and ate him alive. But he'll come popping up, and then behind him looks like John's in looking. But that wave of Mick Fanning, well,
thing came out of nowhere.
Well, you got to look. Now we're looking at comparisons. So we've been seeing the barrel score really high, and that one was out beyond the inside bowl. As first, we're going to take a look at Julian Wilson here. He's trying to better a 3.10. Nice, beautiful bottom turn again. All you kids out there, take note. The bottom turn is everything, and Julian Wilson has one of the best. Goes down, and not going to improve his situation by much. But then look at this. Just arm drag into the barrel, comes out completely free of any water hitting him, and then this cutback. Look at that, all the way around. Tags it high on the rebound.
Ouch.
That is going to be a big score. Now, where is it in comparison? As we watch again from the water angle, standing tall, coming out clean. Got to say that that's a pretty big score. So he's going to be right here in the mix. He's got already a 5.33. So you would say it doesn't take a whole lot to go to the lead. A 7.25 will take him to first. I would say, pretty good chance that he's going to get that score.
Well, he likes it. Mick having one of the greatest runs of his competitive career. He's been battling Adriano de Souza and Felipe Toledo, Gabriel Medina all year. Right now, he finds himself on top. Some judges leaning towards perfection, other judges leaning right near it. It is a 9.87. Now Mick Fanning gets the news. A near perfect 10. 2 10s in the line. We throw out the high, we throw out the low. That's how we get that 9.87. Mick Fanning has just jumped into the lead. He's got a 9.87 and a 5.33. Julian Wilson now in second place.
But this is the new top 10 right here. These are the 10 guys that are making it into the championship tour next year.
Well, here's who those guys are going to have to go up against. Mick Fanning. He is prowling the lineup, and he is almost out of control, but nobody can do it just quite like Mick Fanning when he comes under pressure. See him standing straight up, letting the judges know, I got this. That's not going to be as big as his 9.87, but he's trying to throw away a 5.33 to hold on to that lead.
Yeah, and I still feel like he's going to need at least another 8 or 8.5 here at the final end to make sure that he is well and truly a champion. We'll take a look here. Foamy takeoff. Comes around the corner. Nice, beautiful open face there. Not a whole lot of, but I love his cutbacks. You know, especially when you rebound really high up there. It's very difficult to do. As he's right there where he comes down, he just went too high, a little greedy. He could have easily stayed low and stayed to that open face, but he wanted to kind of, you know, add a little extra difficulty there, get a little extra spice. Giving Mick the full lowdown of what's happening in this heat.
All right, this guy's been quiet for the better part of the last 10 minutes. John Florence now. Nice, under the hook, snap straight into a barrel. Just gets guillotined. Looked like he almost had an exit. John Florence now. He made it look so easy all the way through this event. Now in the final, having a little bit of trouble. But don't forget, that's John Florence we're talking about, and he's got 7 minutes to go.
He's got a time. He's got the time. No, it is running out, though. But you wonder, I mean, it is a long day. You know, early with those fresh legs, you can see had to get up late, snaps up underneath it, gets up under the tube, and had maybe fresh legs, could have maybe punched through that. But at this point in time, they've got to be noodles. I don't care who you are and how much training you do and all of that. It is hard to stay in this fourth heat of the day not tired.
Oh, John Florence finding a mid-sized wave here. 2 big carves, whipping it around with force. John Florence now looking to replace a 1.67. Sure, he's done that, but he needed something massive to get up into that leading conversation. 1.5 minutes to go.
Well, this is going to come down. Let's take a look at this one. Frothy takeoff, drifts the fins on that whip that he does. He's got such a unique style, and it's always fully on edge. No, it's not going to wear it. It's going to shift away from him. He's not even going to be able to get to it.
Wow. An elusive.
Oh, maybe
Sunset
he is.
Peak. Oh, he's right there. Well, he finds himself in the zone. Julian Wilson surfing for a 5.74. One big gouge off the top.
Oh, not going to happen.
Digs too deep, goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, White Lightning strikes Sunset Beach. Mick Fanning is the winner of the 2015 Vans World Cup of Surfing. A stellar performance for Fanning. You've got to give it up to Matt Wilkinson, John Florence, and Julian Wilson, all putting up a fight. Pete, that was you can just tell these guys were giving every last just gasp they had to put everything together.
You're
and
the
there
champ.
Here's it.
You're the champ.
Mick Fanning, he's got to be used to that winning feeling, but I tell you what, it never gets old.
No, it doesn't, especially here at Sunset Beach, because you realize that this is going to be one of those events that you're a renowned Vans World Cup, a World Cup champion. It is something that, look at him as he throws down, loving that. What a look. And you have to give congratulations to all 4 of these finalists. Again, Warrior Day today. Anytime you're surfing Sunset, all day long, and you still can stand up at the end of a final. He's still got it in him. He's got another few heats, doesn't he?
I'm sure he's going to go surf off the wall after this. That's who he is. The preeminent competitor in the world. Mick Fanning, like we said, he's sitting on top of the World Championship Tour Jeep leaderboard. And that is telling that he came here to Sunset Beach to do business, was not going to take it lightly on any of the QS surfers. So Mick Fanning on top of the world, Pete.